a recognized university, but now it's going to be brought back. It'll be automatically given this visa once you finish your degree. A lot easier for students coming to the UK. 1 year you get a sponsor for a tier 2 visa. Apply before your student visa expires. So after your 2 years run out, it's good. It doesn't restrict you. You can decide to a free visa. You would have reintroduction of the post-study work visa. Hello everybody, welcome. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ambi C. Ezem. So today I'll be talking about the post-study work visa that was announced last year, September, and further explained in March of this year. And there's been an update as well 2 days ago. So the post-study work visa actually had been in place before, but it was stopped during Theresa May's tenure as the Prime Minister, or I don't know, as a Home Secretary, I think. That's when it was stopped, and there was like a row about it. Why would it be stopped, and the reason to make that decision. But during the whole COVID thing that's happened during the last year of mayhem and the economy obviously suffering, there's been the introduction of the post-study work visa to begin July of this year. So get ready, get your student application ready. So if you started your study last year and you've obviously, due to the COVID restrictions, and you've not been able to go for classes or return to the UK, just make sure you return to the UK by June 2021. I think that's when everything opens up properly. So if you've been studying remotely for whatever reason, you've not been able to come to the UK, but you're a student, it applies to you. So the post-study visa requires you should have been studying in the UK in a recognized university in the UK, either as an undergraduate student or a master's student or a PhD student. Like I said, it was in place a few years ago, but it was stopped, but now it's going to be brought back. It's a way to kind of encourage the brightest minds, in quotes, to remain in the UK, to contribute to the UK's economy. And so what does it entail? It's going to be about 2 to 3 years. So if you're coming for a master's program, it is a 1-year course. Before your course finishes, you are required to apply for this visa. So it's not automatic. You will not be automatically given this visa once you finish your degree. You have to apply for it if you're interested in that. You should apply for it before your student visa runs out if you're coming for an undergrad program, which is 3 or 4 years depending on your course, or a master's program which might be 1 to 2 years, or a PhD program which might be 3 to 4 years. If you started your study of in the autumn of 2020, so that's like September, October, you now have till June 2021 to enter the UK. This update was actually done in April 6th. And if you began your study January, February, you have until September 2021 to return into the UK for you to be eligible to apply via the graduate route. This post-study work visa is going to be classed as graduate route. So instead of waiting for a sponsor like the tier 2 visa entails, you can get this post-study work visa while in the UK, just as you're about to finish your studies. Before your student visa expires, you can apply for this graduate visa. You do not need a sponsor, so you apply for the visa and you can apply to companies because you have this visa. It's an allowance, a leverage that you've been given. So instead of waiting for a sponsor, a tier 2 sponsor, a tier 5 sponsor to sponsor you, or a certificate of sponsorship, you go and apply for this visa. That's if you want it. So like I said, 2 years for the undergrad and masters, 3 years for a PhD graduate. Just remember, make sure you apply before your student visa expires. So the plan is obviously to get the brightest mind, like I said. What work can you do? There is no restriction on the kind of work you can do, but I think you have to make sure it's in line with what you study. Obviously you would want it to be in line with what you studied, the reason you came to the UK to study, and the reason you then apply for a graduate post-study work visa. It won't specify or tell you this is the work you can do, but use your discretion. If after the graduate route you want to stay further, then you would have to apply for a tier 2 visa. So after your 2 years run out, you have a certain amount of time to apply or to get a sponsored visa. That's a tier 2 visa. Also, just to reiterate that your university would not need to sponsor this visa. Everything is left to you, which is good. It doesn't restrict you. You can decide to apply for it. You can decide that you don't need it, which is good. There will be a deadline. The deadline would be before your visa expires. There will definitely be a fee. It wouldn't be a free visa. But this is all I wanted to quickly tell you about, so that you're well prepared if you're a student or planning to come into the UK to study. I also released a video about the credibility interview that you take part of while in your home country applying for a tier 4 visa. So would there be a restriction on the number of people that are to apply? No, not really. It's open to all. You don't need to come from a certain place to be able to apply for this post-study work visa. It's applicable to you as long as you finish from an accredited university from the UK. This applies to you. So this way, instead of rushing back after your university, which was usually the case, or if you finished your university as an undergrad student, you had just 3 months to look for a sponsor for a tier 2 visa. Yes, I know, ridiculous. So this definitely makes things a whole lot easier for students coming to the UK for their undergrad, masters or PhD. So once you finish your study, instead of hurrying up to be like, oh my goodness, I need a tier 2 sponsor within 3 months of your visa expiring, this post-study work visa is kind of like a lifesaver for most people who come into the UK to study for 3 years or 2 years for a master's or 4 years for a PhD, and then they can apply for a post-study work visa, get that done. Then you decide to use it for 1 year or the whole 2 years if you're a master's or an undergraduate student, or 3 years if you're a PhD student, or even within the 1 year you get a sponsor for a tier 2 visa, and then you can switch. This is a really quick video. It was just to do a quick recap and sort of answer a few questions. Don't forget, I hope you found this helpful. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment. Until next time, my name is Ambisi Azam.